We're doing some movements in hazels.
Hazels have
Quite sharp.
have taken a turn the last couple of weeks. So on the back of a large 2015 crop, all the signs were pointing towards another decent sized 2016 crop. An average crop's about 700,000 tonnes of kernels. But prices are staying high, which is largely on the back of rumours of government intervention in the form of the TMO buying swathes of leftover 2015 material that the farmers still have in store. And the farmers taking this rumour as fact and are holding back material from the market in anticipation of this buyout taking place. So we've seen demand kind of suffer as a result of this reduced supply from farmers who are relying heavily on this buyout from the government.
Right, okay. It's a bit like the sky is going to fall in, and if it hasn't fallen, well, that's because it's going to do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we've had this story before, of course, on big style with the almonds, with the drought, which now is covered with rain. But it's an interesting thing. Really, what it indicates to me is that the grower base is not in a position where it ever has to sell.
Yeah.
These hazel farms tend to be very small, mum and papa kind of things. We know somebody who has one, and their total output is 500 kilos.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's a chance for the kids to come back home and gather around, and for Granny to make a few meals. So, you know, that's the kind of grower that you've got there. One who's got plenty of time, who doesn't actually need to feed the family with the price of the nuts. But and unfortunately, what this does mean is that prices escalate. People start becoming loath to use it in their ingredients for any kind of manufactured product. And I think ultimately there's demand destruction.
Yeah.
For instance, you might see things like pack sizes going down in the supermarkets, and when does the pack size get bigger? You know, people don't look at the weight so much as the price.
Yeah.
And they very rarely buy 2 or 3 packets. So I think it takes a long time now for demand to come back in. We've got a similar situation with the almonds, where, you know, prices have pretty much halved. They're halved over a time of maybe 3 months. Demand is growing, there's no doubt about that, but it's growing very slowly, and it's growing more in those, let's say, less developed markets, i.e. places with less supermarkets. Demand is strong in India, demand is strong in China, demand is strong in North Africa, not so much Dubai, because the infrastructure has gone there. A lot of busk people in Dubai. But, you know, it's coming back. The thing is, it takes a lot longer to come back in a situation where the food is mainly going out through supermarkets, and supermarkets will buy on particular dates regardless of the price. They don't dive in when the price is cheap. So I think it takes a long time to resuscitate demand in these more developed markets. So the effect of the damage, destruction, which is caused by grower power, I guess, takes a long time to unweave. And really what you have here is a supply chain where one end is taking advantage of the other, and people don't sell a product for long or as eagerly if they keep getting binned by it and not making money.
One of the interesting things about the hazelnut market, of course, is there's big projects going on right now in Chile to develop supply from there, and Georgia as well has increased its output and is starting to produce a kind of a more consistent product as well. So the Turks certainly don't have as much control over this market as they did, say, maybe 15 to 20 years ago.
And what's interesting, for instance, is the Chilean stuff. Chile, very long country, so it's got all kinds of terrain and and geography there. But so they have plenty of places that they can grow hazels, and I met many years ago, must be 20 years ago, a guy who had a plantation. That was all bought by Ferrero Rocher, and so this is like the second wave, where people are already seeing that it's a pretty good idea to grow. Of course, you got the stuff from Oregon as well.
Yeah, of course.
Which I must say is a different standard of quality. It's very reliable. It's all mechanically dried. That means the major problems of hazels are to do with internal mold, which is to do with variable kind of drying regimes. So it won't happen forever.
No.
And if you got the farmers are like 60, 70-year-old people in Turkey, well, what happens to old people?
So, yeah.
So, I think that's about it for this.
Yeah. So, thank you again for joining us. Stay tuned. Hopefully this coming week we can have another report on cranberries, with reduced sugar cranberries. We'll have a full report hopefully coming out this week.
Okay.
So, thank you for watching.
Goodbye. Thank you.